There's a lot of decisions to be made when looking at precision rimfires, and a lot of times that choice is going to boil down to buying a production gun and putting a few dollars into it, or skipping that and going to a full-on custom build. And I understand that there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of variables. Today we're going to talk about just that. This is a custom rifle that's price tag would turn the stomach on most reasonable people, but we're going to talk about, is this worth it to you for your use case, what you can get away with, and hopefully I can solve some questions before you make a buying mistake that's going to cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars and get you set forward on a path for precision rimfire shooting that is actually going to satisfy what you want to do without spending any more money than absolutely necessary. All right, the Missouri boys will know what I'm talking about, but they say that that's a show me state. Well, this is a zoom camera on 300 there, and I'm going to digitally zoom in, so it's going to get a little bit worse. But you're looking at the 1/4 inch target at 100 yards, and I have never shot this rifle at 100 yards. So we're going to guess some dope. I'm going to send one, I'm guessing it's probably going to be 1.7. Okay, so we're a little left. We are definitely a little high. Okay, we're not going to make any corrections. 3 shots. New to me gun, custom gun, 100 yards, 1/4 inch target. Oh, buddy. Okay. I might be selling you guys on a custom gun, but I'm not attempting to. Let's see if I can keep it together. Okay. 2 for 2. Try for 3 for 3. Barely, but I will take it. All right, so before we get started answering those questions, let's address the elephant in the room. You guys have not seen this rifle before. This is the MPA. It is a right bolt, left port, so you are not gonna see anything eject out of this. This is brand new to me, so I'm throwing ammo in this, we're shooting this, but I figured this was a good example because the price tag on this rifle is up there, like way up there. And when you build a custom rifle, you know, you're gonna outfit it as such. So most cases, $3,000 to $5,000, and again, a ton of money. The question is, do you need it? But really quickly, let's go over this. Element Theos Optic, super great 6 to 36. We have, of course, the MPA. This has a Brux barrel chambered by Modicam custom rifles, so I haven't shot it yet. I know it's gonna shoot, not worried about that. It's sitting in the Saber Tactical Menace chassis. You guys have seen this before. They are a sponsor. I wanna give them a shout out. And if you are looking for something to bridge the gap, this will serve as both a competition chassis and a lightweight hunting kind of setup, and for less money than you're gonna get out of most premium chassis. Like, so a premium chassis, $1,400-ish to $1,600, not a lot of stuff. For this one, well under that. You're getting the night vision bridge with a spacer so that you can truly, you know, mount some kind of thermal or night vision setup. You're getting the grip, the thumb rest. It is a folder, and I really enjoy this. And when I go shoot mammoth and those kind of competitions, this is gonna be the setup that I run. I've run this in competition now twice. That's neither here nor there. So, you know, when we're talking about this, you know, who needs this, right? Either somebody who just wants the best of the best, or someone who's trying to compete at a very high level. If you are a normal everyday guy just wanting to shoot a precision rimfire, do you need anything at this level? No, you can shoot very small, tight groups out of a production gun, and that's kind of where I'm going. Most production guns are not even gonna come close to shooting with this, but they're gonna shoot 0.3 to 0.5 at 50 yards, right? So MOA. If you want more than that, you simply need a production gun with an aftermarket barrel. That's your guarantee. The L3i, the Lilja, in the case of the CZ457, you are gonna get a good shooter if you're gonna put quality ammunition down it. If you're not gonna shoot high quality ammunition, leave the factory barrel on, because just because you buy a hot rod barrel blank done up by whoever, if the ammo quality isn't there, it's not gonna matter. So just keep that factory barrel on, save yourself some money. If you're okay with MOA at 50, you know, just for shooting and having fun, it's perfectly fine. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna shoot at that plate. There's a mark on the right. We're gonna shoot right above the second to last target, about 2/10 high. Okay, that's pretty much a dead hit. I don't even think with this level of gun, we should start at the big one. Let's hit the big one just because. All right, Let's go straight to the quarter, get a good wind call hopefully. Oh, right off left. Good thing about great optics is you can see those things. There we go, and it's hitting it hard. And if you notice here when I'm cycling, I'm trying to learn a different method of cycling the bolt. But yeah, so, you know, realistically what I wanted to talk to you about is, you know, if you don't need this, you can save yourself a ton of money. And what I want you to do is, I don't care what you buy. I want you to buy whatever makes you happy, ultimately. I shoot these rifles because I enjoy it. I want you to get the same enjoyment that I get out of it. So in order to enjoy it, you need to feel like you got your money's worth, right? So that's what I want to talk about. If you're going to shoot NRL 22 monthly, right? 0.3, 0.4, you will hit every target out there. What you need to focus on for NRL 22, don't spend a lot of money on the rifle beads. You don't need to. What you need is weight. So if you're gonna step up in anything, if your barrel shoots 0.3, you've got good ammo for it that does that, get some weight on the gun. It doesn't have to be a chassis. Make the gun heavier so it's easier to balance on a bag. If you're shooting off the bench, you can still add weight. It will still reap benefits. A lightweight trigger and a heavy rifle on the bench makes it almost impossible for you to induce unwanted movement in the rifle. And I'm talking about if you look down your rifle off the bench and you are seeing your heartbeat tick in the reticle, you either are too much on, too connected to the rifle, or your rifle doesn't weigh enough. And usually it's the weight. Because this rifle doesn't weigh a ton, but it weighs enough to keep my heartbeat from impacting this rifle at all. I see a lot of guys who get into this, who get really wrapped up into shooting technique. And yes, technique is a thing, it is an important thing, but I want to dumb it down for you because I want you to get your equipment where you need to be, because what I see a lot is guys who buy something and they blame their technique when it's the equipment. So we need to learn how to understand, you know, what's causing what and what's going on with that relationship. So if you are shooting and you think your grip placement is opening groups up to a 1/2 inch when they should be 0.3, it is not your contact to the gun. If that makes that big of a difference to your rifle system, that's an equipment issue and you need to upgrade it. So if your stock is so flimsy that depending on where or how you hold it, changes your point of impact, changes your group, you need to upgrade to something, another stock, another chassis, and again, spend relative money to what you want to get. Now again, this is a full-on build. This is like an NRL 22 PRS kind of setup, but I expect this rifle to sit down here and every single time I pull that trigger, I expect to hit that 1/4 inch target, just without question, because that is what you are paying for. So another kind of series of questions I get is, you know, people talking about production guns versus full custom guns. You know, when you pay to get something like this smithed up and you see somebody post a group on Instagram or wherever, or YouTube, of a production gun shooting, a lot of people get turned away. They say, well, it's a waste of money. And I want to be realistic with you. That is a possibility. There's a possibility that you can take a totally factory production gun, throw good ammo in it, and outshoot a custom gun. But what we need to think about is the statistics of that actually happening. The production gun accuracy scale is going to be all over the place, all the way from 2 MOA to 1/2 MOA, right? So there's a big, huge bracket. Most of them are going to fall in that 1 MOA region, right? And when we buy something like this, when we get something custom gunsmith, or we get a Lilja barrel or an L3I barrel for a CZ, we're moving that statistical bracket down, right? We're shifting sub MOA. So now we're really expecting to get 0.1 to 0.35. That's kind of what I see, right, with a good ammo. Are there outliers? Yes. So if you were to look at those windows side by side, you could certainly get a production gun that shoots freakishly good, you know, 1/2 MOA, which would be a 1/4 inch at 50 yards, and find a full-on custom build that's shooting 0.35 at the same distance. And when you look at that, it makes it kind of weird, right? It makes it kind of hard to justify, but you need to understand the statistical probability and what's going on there, because we're talking about production guns. You're talking about whoever ran the barrel, whoever did the actions, the tooling on the machinery as it wears out. They're going to keep making barrels with that reamer until that reamer falls apart. That's, you know, they got to keep costs down. They can't just put brand new tooling on all the time. That's the reality of production guns. And again, who needs it? If you are going to shoot off your bench for fun, And like I said, you're good with MOA or less, buy the production gun. Save the money. You do not need the custom gun. Even these guns, a lot of people like, well, you know, I want it for the feel, and that's the thing. It does feel better, but I can tell you when you're on the clock, if you're shooting competitively, you don't really feel that stuff on the clock. And if you're at home, there's a lot of home remedies. I'm gonna throw out a use case for a CZ on you real quick. CZ 457, this is what I would do. I would buy a Lilja barrel. I would add weight to the stock. I would not even spend a dime. If you're trying to be, and this again is a budget build. If you got the money, I would 100% throw a Timney in it because I love Timney. This is a Timney. I run all Timneys. If you don't got the coin and you're doing it, you know, pinching pennies, spend the money on the barrel, the L3i or the Lilja, and then do the spring trigger kit. You can buy like the spring kit, or you can look online and there's springs that you can get like from everyday stuff that make that trigger really, really nice. So I would do that. Add weight, put a good trigger on it, get the trigger pull weight down, get the rifle weight up, and put a good barrel on it. If you feed that good ammo, that is gonna work out. And if you're shooting off your bench with your buddies or at the shooting club, or it's a practice gun for you, there's not much use case for buying more than that. Now, again, I love this rifle. If you built this rifle, you would not be unhappy with it. This is a custom gun. It's a lot of money. And the reason I'm not talking a lot about this MPA on this video is because I kind of want to make this informational, and this is a brand new gun for me. Obviously, it seems to be doing pretty good. We will come back probably in a couple of days. Once I get some rounds on it, we'll do a full-on review video. We'll see what it's capable of accuracy-wise. But so yeah, I wanted to make this video so that you guys, maybe you have a production gun, maybe you have a CZ457, maybe you have a TK-T1X, and you're sitting there thinking, man, it doesn't shoot where I want it to. I'm really thinking about buying a custom gun or a barrel, and I don't know if it's gonna be right for me, which way. Hopefully this will help you, because honestly, you can build a really great accuracy into a production rifle. Most production rifles by today's standards are machined very, very well. They may lack in the barrel quality because they are a production gun, but there's so many great options out there. We do have a new option that's gonna be coming from Lilja for the CZ457. We'll be showing you that very, very soon. Something that's probably going to be a little bit more NRL 22 orientated, but going to be good for bench shooters too. So if you still got questions, throw them down in the comment section. If you have a video idea, something informational that you think is lacking on YouTube, something that maybe you're struggling with that other people may be, and I may be able to answer, just let me know. We'll do a video on that. I appreciate you guys as always. Again, huge shout out to Saber Tactical. They sponsor me. They don't require me to sell you guys on a bunch of stuff. I show products that I think that you guys will be interested in. They're totally cool with that. These are a great company. If you are into air rifle stuff, you already know who they are because they build some of the best accessories in the air rifle world. Those guys are out there winning all the competitions. They're not just some marketing team with guys who can't shoot. They are engineering, designing, and selling equipment, and are using it, and they are winning like world level championships with their gear. They're moving in, they're making more stuff. I am working with them on this. I think this Menace chassis, if you are looking at something that you want to get that has a folder, has the bridge, has the grip, has the thumb rest, has everything you need for less than what a regular premium chassis would cost you without those things, then this is something well worth looking at. And you'll see from this side, I love this folder, especially for, you know, stowing the gun. It's magnetic, nothing real tricky. Simply just pop it out and you're good to go. And it's not gonna give you any issues. Big thanks to Alta Arms. I'm still rocking these mags. They're expensive. They're billet, I get it. They're all the money, but they work, and they work really, really well. So if you're tired of messing with mags and you got a Voodoo kind of platform rifle, I can't recommend these highly enough. You know, the Element Optic Theos has been my kick around rifle scope for years. And I say kick around because I've had it on probably 12 rifles, and I've shot everything from the gap grind down to local 22 matches, and it has never let me down. And again, Monocam Custom Rifles, if you're watching this video, you know who they are. They're a local-ish gunsmith to me, a personal friend of mine, and the guy makes some of the best guns in the business. Look at the top of the leaderboards at any match. You're gonna find MCR shooters there. That's for a reason. So hey, appreciate you guys. I hope this helped, truly do. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I truly appreciate all of you. Catch you on the next one.